Hi Jim, and thank you for this interview. And well, tell us what are the main differences between this Medal of Honor and the other previous installments?
With Medal of Honor, it started as a video game that was really based around telling the soldier's story in World War II. It started with us working with Steven Spielberg back when he was doing Saving Private Ryan, and I think really delivered a very emotional experience for gamers that they really hadn't found before in another game. So for us to bring the Medal of Honor franchise forward to today's war, to today's conflict, we really had to focus on staying true to what people remember and love about this franchise, which is telling this authentic soldier story, but really doing it in a way that was something they really hadn't seen before. So we focused on these unique elements within the U.S. military, the Tier 1 operators, and focused on telling their stories.
So tell us a little bit about the Tier 1 operators, that special forces in the U.S. Army.
So there's only so much I can say about them. We were very lucky to work with them. They are a very elite group within the U.S. Special Operations, and they, as you can see from our key art and some of our marketing elements, they have a very different look and feel. They have the ability to operate in a way that meets the needs of their work, of their job, and not always necessarily the broader restrictions of appearances or other elements that you might find across other divisions of the U.S. military. But they are the elite of the elite. They are pretty amazing group to work with. They consider themselves professionals. They have a job at hand, and their job is to do that to the best of their ability and to make sure that their teammates and people come home safe.
So, well, now please explain to our viewers why did Electronic Arts choose to work with two different studios like Danger Close and DICE.
Yes. So Medal of Honor is a very important franchise to us. It's one that I think really set the bar for first-person shooters when it first came out with Frontline and some of the earlier offerings. And we want to return it to its glory. So to do that, we honestly brought together two great studios to do what they do best. One studio, Digital Illusions, or DICE as we call them, the team behind Battlefield Bad Company 2, they actually focused on the multiplayer. The Battlefield franchise is probably seen as one of the best multiplayer franchises, I think, out there, and they've been doing it for a good number of years. So they've learned a lot, and they've been able to apply a multiplayer to Medal of Honor that's very different from Battlefield, and that was kind of exciting to them, to be able to go and build a multiplayer experience that really was focused around being different from some of the stuff they've been doing with Battlefield, but at the same time, using the learnings that they've gained to make it the best experience possible. The team at Danger Close focused on the single player side. They have a history rooted in doing single player first person shooter campaigns, and really had this connection with the U.S. military, being based in the United States. They're based in Los Angeles, and had the opportunity to go in to military bases and record Apaches and get the sounds and get all of those elements that are going to immerse you in this unique, deep single player experience that really was only possible to be done with a team of developers to the quality of this group, while at the same time with the access to the U.S. military that they would have.
So please tell us about the graphic and sound aspect of this game.
So the graphics and sound, I think that's something that sound is something we really pride ourselves on. I think that we were just talking about the two studios behind this. I think anyone who plays a Battlefield game will say that the sound in Battlefield is incredible, and I think that not only will you find that in our multiplayer, but our single player is unbelievably authentic. The recording of the Apaches, the guns, everything that you're going to hear in this is designed to really, again, make you feel a part of the experience, and I think that you'll find the audio in this game to be beautiful.
So, well, I don't know if you want to talk about this, but please tell me a little bit about this Taliban issue with the multiplayer, and please tell us a little bit.
So, for gamers out there who play first-person shooters, I think they know that there is a one side and an opposing side.
Yes.
That's just the way it works. That's part of multiplayer. You have to have one team against another. With Medal of Honor, we've obviously focused on being authentic. That's one of the things that we've worked very hard on to bring this experience across. The controversy did come up that in multiplayer, the name Taliban was used for one of the sides. We made the decision to make remove that name and name only, and replace it with the term OPFOR, which stands for opposing force, which is a much more common term used in the military, and that's it. It's literally just the change of a name. When you play through the single-player campaign, you are still fighting against Taliban and the insurgent forces. But we did decide in multiplayer to only change the name to OPFOR instead of Taliban. But that's it.
So, well, finally, why do you think first-person shooters are so popular amongst gamers nowadays?
Because they're great games. I am a believer that people truly like great gameplay experiences, and I think first-person shooters are some of the most fun, and it's been a history. I mean, first-person shooters have been around since Doom, and going back a long way. And I think gamers have always truly enjoyed them. I think they're actually becoming more popular now with the more casual audiences because they're really appreciating what good gameplay it is. So I think that's the root of anything. I think a genre or a game becomes popular because it's a good game first, and then I think layering in the story elements and the unique environments, taking people to Afghanistan and showing them a landscape that they probably are unfamiliar with. Just helps immerse people in the fantasy of the experience, and I think that combining kind of all of those pieces really make it a success.
So thank you, Jim. So now, would you like to introduce yourself to our
Yes.
audience?
Yeah, so my name is Jim Ferris, and I am the Senior Product Manager for Electronic Arts on the Medal of Honor franchise.
Thank you very much, Jim. And